All right, how's it going? My name is Tony Herrera. Welcome to my Photoshop Challenge 2 tutorial. So we're going to be starting by making a pretty familiar site, just a 3000 by 2000 blank canvas. I'm going to start by dragging in my first image. So all I did was just pretty much drag that into place. I'm going to snap it over to this corner, selecting the background. I'm going to go to image. Canvas size. I'm going to adjust the width to 20.833. And I'm just going to scoop my image over. So this step was just to pretty much set this up. Next, I'm going to go over to image, canvas size on the background. I'm going to just add a little bit of a border. So I'm going to change these to pixels. I'm going to add like a 40 pixel on each side. So 40 pixels on each side. It's going to show up in white. Now I still have the background selected. If I go into the brush tool, I just choose a big old brush, make it real easy on myself. Opaque, make sure I choose black. Fill in this black background. Matching the edgy aesthetic. It's looking good. Cool. So we got that set up. Next, I'm going to select this image. I'm going to go into adjustments, hue and saturation. Now, this is too bright. I need to make it a little bit darker, a little bit more edgy, add a little bit of saturation, and change the hue. Now let's go for like a dark. Let's go for like a blue. I mean, this shows up blue, a little bit less saturation. Okay, a little bit less. So you just want a very edgy look. All right. So all I did there was pretty much modify this image to add a filter on it. I just changed the saturation and the brightness. Next, for any album cover, because I think that's the assignment, we got to add some text. So at the bottom here, I'll just throw it in right there. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to make this font a lot bigger. I'll make it like 170. Now it's time to choose a font. Now this is very just up to preference. I'm probably just going to choose a random one. I'll choose this. I'll choose like a maroon. No, I'll choose something to match this. So I'll go like I'll choose something to contrast the filter that I have on the picture. So I'll choose like kind of a darker maroon. Select that. And so I'm just typing in what I want. I want this to be centered this way. All right, so my album cover is going to be called Thick Steaks. It's off to a great start. Now I'm just going to scooch this down a little bit as long as it's still centered. Great. So I'm going to make a copy layer of this. Cool. Change the color to black. And I'm just going to grab it and just scoot it behind to give a little bit of a shadow effect on these letters. It's pretty simple, but it just makes them a little bit easier to read and like less out of place. So we have text, we have that. Last thing I want to do, since I'm a SoundCloud edgy rapper, I'm going to throw in big old parental advisory. I'm just going to toss that up in the corner, and I think that's a day. So to recap, I started with the background, started with a blank canvas, threw in the image, changed the brightness and the contrast and the saturation of the image, pretty much just filtered it, and then I added some text, made a duplicate layer, scooched it down, changed the font color to black, and then just shifted it up and to the left a little bit. So it just kind of gives the outline, and then added a border, colored in the border, and I threw in this parental advisory at the top. So after all that, I'm just going to Control S, and I'm going to say final product challenge 4. So once I save that, maximize compatibility. So that's going to be saved. The last thing I'm going to do is export the JPEG to post onto the discussion boards. And then after it's exported, that's a done assignment. So save as JPEG, standard size, export all, and is a wrap. So I can close this now, make that last save before going, and ending it with a blank slate. Thank you for watching.